So we're going to go into classwork. On the left, our topic is going to be social studies. And what I'm looking for is this. It says Texas regions compare and contrast. Okay. Then, just in case we forgot, I went ahead and I put all the information for the different regions of Texas. Okay. I want to talk about these real quick. That way you know what
Mister,
this information is. Yes, Ideen.
I cannot see your screen that
Oh,
you're
sorry about that.
presenting.
Let me fix that.
That's okay.
Okay. That should be there now.
Charms.
So it'll be in classwork. The topic is social studies. And the assignment says Texas regions compare and contrast. And it'll look like this when you open it up. Like I said, it's got information for all the
Charms.
different regions of Texas. Okay? Now, like I said, I want to talk about these before you go ahead and start working on them because I want to kind of explain what the information is. So for each region, it's broken up into 4 parts. Okay? We have landforms, climate, vegetation, and places to visit. Landforms is like what kind of things would you see there? And when I say landforms, what I mean is something that is there naturally. That's just the way the land looks. So something like a mall wouldn't be a landform because malls don't just grow out of the ground. But if there were forests, forests grow out of the ground. No one has to go and build a forest, so a forest would be a landform. Mountains are the same thing. No one has to go and build a mountain, so a mountain is a landform. Or the ocean. No one goes and builds the ocean, so an ocean is a landform. So landforms are what is there for you to see that nobody had to build. It was just there, part of the land, naturally. Ezekiel.
Do we do this?
We're going to, like I said, I'm just explaining this for you right now because I want everyone to know what to do. I'm just going to explain the information first. So that's what landforms are. Something that's there naturally, that no one had to build or anything like that. It was just there. Okay? Climate. Climate is what is the weather like? So is it hot? Is it cold? Is it rainy? Or is it very dry? Does it get very cold in the winter? Or does it get hot in the summer? That's what the climate is. Like the weather. Or what the weather is usually like. It doesn't mean that they never have. So like here for mountains and basins, it says the climate is arid, which means that there's very little rain. That doesn't mean that it never ever rains there. It just means that usually it's not going to be raining. Okay? Vegetation. Vegetation is not just vegetables. Vegetation is any kind of plant that grows there naturally. So if you went there, what kind of plants could you see? So again, this is naturally. This doesn't mean that people can't grow different kinds of vegetation in that area. So if somebody like here, for mountains and basins, it says pine trees. It doesn't mean that somebody can't get different kind of tree and plant it and it won't grow. It just means naturally what grows there would be pine trees. Jaylene, you have a question or no? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you had your hand up. So vegetation is what kind of plants will grow there. The last one is places to visit. Places to visit is exactly what it says. If you went there, what are some cities or what are some things that you could go and see there? Okay? And like I said, I put them for all 4 regions. So mountains and basins is right here. Coastal plains, right here. North Central Plains is on the next slide. And so is the Great Plains. Now here's going to be your job. You're going to pick 2 different regions, and you're going to use the last slide to compare and contrast them. So compare and contrast means you tell me what is the same and what is different. You don't have to pick 2 regions that are on the same slide. So if you pick mountains and basins, oh, I don't want to move that. If you pick mountains and basins, you don't have to pick coastal plains. You could pick something on the next slide, but you want to pick 2 different regions. Yes, Kaylee?
Where though?
So this is in classwork in social studies. And so you're going to look at slide 2 and slide 3. You're going to pick 2 different regions, okay? Whichever 2 you want to pick. There's 4 to choose from. You're going to pick 2 different ones. You can pick 2 that are on the same slide, like these 2, or you can pick 1 from slide 2 and 1 from slide 3. It's up to you. This is where we're going to do our work. So first thing you're going to do is whatever regions you pick, you're going to put the names up here. So where it says region 1 and region 2, you need to change those. So if I pick, let's say I pick these 2, I would change region 1 to mountains and basins. And if I picked this one, I would change region 2 to coastal plains. And then if you notice, each of these boxes is a different color. One is blue, one is red, and the middle one is purple. The blue box is just things about region 1. So things that are only true about region number 1. You can always go back and check what information you have. The red box is things that are true just about region number 2. And again, you can always go back and check the information. But if there is something that's true about both of them, it goes into the purple box, the one in the middle. So I'm just going to make something up. I'm not going to write something that's actual information because I don't want to give away any answers or anything. But let's say that for region number 1, I put something like it's very hot. And then for region number 2, maybe I put very cold. So I have something different. One is very hot, one is very cold. But let's say both of them, let's say they have rabbits. I can put the rabbits live there. So if it's true about both of them, it goes into the middle. If it's true about just the first region, it goes into the blue box. If it's true about just the second region, it goes into the red box. Now again, this stuff that I put here, I just kind of made it up. So it's not what you're actually going to use. You're going to use the information from here. Or if you want, you can also look at those other passages, the ones that we did for the other regions of Texas. You can get extra information from there. Okay? But I want you to go ahead and open this up and pick your 2 regions. And you're going to start filling out your information with whatever ones you want to do. You don't have to do these 2. You can pick whichever ones you want. Oh, there. Whatever 2 you want to do, you can use. And all you're going to do is write down the information in the correct boxes. Don't forget the information that you need is on slide 2 and slide 3. So it's not all stuff you have to remember. You can always look back at it. So go ahead, open that up. Again, it's in classwork. The topic is social studies. And it says Texas regions, compare and contrast. That's what we're going to be working on right now.